Hey guys, today we are going to learn how to safely fall out of our handstand. So in order to get away from the wall and find that confidence in the middle of the room in your handstand and safely come out of it, you need to find that strength to hold yourself up. You also need that body awareness. So knowing exactly where your feet are when you're upside down, knowing exactly what's around you when you're upside down will help you to safely fall out of your handstand. Another thing to think of is that drishti, that focal point, coming back to your breath, and that power of positive thinking. Knowing that this is a fun practice, keep smiling, and remember this video is all about progression. So take your time, keep smiling, have fun with it. We're gonna start off at the wall, so whenever you're ready, meet me there. All right, so the first technique that we're gonna learn to fall out of our handstand is that cartwheel movement. So if you've seen a cartwheel, you notice that you have a leaning leg and then you have that dominant hand pushing away towards that leading leg. So we're gonna take that same movement to the wall to learn how to get out of our handstand nice and safely. So find your wall space, make sure you have plenty of room here. A couple feet away from the wall, plant your hands, fingertips super wide, kick right up onto the wall. And like we've been working on, find your core, find your shoulders, then that less dominant leg is gonna reach out and you can decide how far you wanna go. Again, these are all progressive. So find that leaning leg, find your dominant hand, and simply push. And when you're ready, come up, nice and slowly so you don't fall over, and then continue to practice that movement. So you're just working on that muscle memory, so immediately when you're in your handstand, your body knows exactly what to do to come out. If you keep working this and you feel like you're ready to come a little bit more off the wall, I can show you another drill that's a great progressive into coming away from the wall completely. So again, we'll find our wall space, kicking up onto the wall, activate your shoulders, find your core, and then start to find that full handstand. So one leg comes off, and then maybe your other leg comes off, here, and then you find your cartwheel. So holding that handstand off the wall for just a split second, and then knowing that you have the strength and the awareness to push off safely and land that handstand coming out. So again, keep practicing, keep having fun, and we're gonna get off the wall next. So now we're gonna take our handstand drills away from the wall into the middle of our room to again, find that movement of safely falling out of our handstand and gaining that muscle memory so we can easily bail out of our handstand when it's time. So from here, we're just gonna go with a basic cartwheel. So again, finding that open space. Yogi's choice on how you want to enter your cartwheel. You can either come sideways or maybe keep the hips square. And for just our first drill, we're going to keep the feet kind of low, so maybe lower than the hips, again, so you can progressively build into that cartwheel. So I'm going to come into it with my hips square. I'll plant my dominant hand first, keep my feet low, and come right around. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to do it again. So again, finding that practice over and over and over again. You're just building that muscle memory. So easily time to bail out of your handstand and your body knows exactly what to do. So if you feel comfortable in that low cartwheel and you're ready to keep going with the drill, we're gonna take the feet a little bit higher and maybe up to hip level. So again, find your stance, that dominant hand goes first. So take those feet a little bit higher and coming right back over and again, finding it again. So continuing to go with the drill, we're gonna go into that full cartwheel. So now my feet are gonna come up overhead, again, stacked over my hips, just like you would be in your cartwheel. And then keep going with that drill as well. So arms come up, find your dominant hand, opposite leg leads, feet up nice and wide. So think of yourself getting bigger and you're floating up in the air and keep smiling the entire time. So this next drill that we're going to do is, again, building the muscle memory. We're gonna kick up into our handstand and immediately bail out with our cartwheel. We're not trying to hold our handstand, we're not trying to do anything else, but finding that bail out of our handstand. So we'll start off like we have been in our video. Coming into your down dog, take your step forward, shoulders over wrist, that left leg, your flying leg is super active, kick up, and then purposefully bail out of your handstand. So again, finding that muscle memory and the confidence to know that when it's time to bail from your handstand, you know exactly how to do it. So again, this is another progressive drill. So the next thing we're gonna do is kick up and maybe find some hang time. This does not have to be your goal, but possibly you're there right now in your handstand practice and not sure where to go with the bail. So we'll come right into it, kicking up into our handstand, maybe hold for just a second, and then purposefully bail out of our handstand. Bail. Whee. Nice. So just keep doing that. So you, again, gain that muscle memory, that body awareness, and your handstand game will be becoming stronger. So this last technique that we're going to work on is if you have your handstand in the middle of the room and maybe you're holding it for a few moments and then you start to feel that shift in your weight going forward and your feet coming overhead, a great way to compensate for that is to reach your hand forward and then pressing off into your cartwheel. So it kind of combines a little bit of both techniques. So to come into it, find your handstand and we'll demo it here. Again, the feet might come up overhead and then you reach forward and catch yourself and then press off into your cartwheel. Kicking up. So again, all of these drills that we've learned today are meant to be progressive. So if you find yourself still on the wall, cartwheeling off of the wall, then great, that's where you are today. Just keep revisiting this and then slowly make your way into your freestanding handstand and your freestanding bail. So if you do come across some other ways to come out of your handstand, the Ashtangis like to fall back into wheel, and yes, that is their style. Some other people like to come out of their handstand into like a tuck and a roll, and again, that's what they teach as well. I don't quite recommend that for beginners, but you might see it. So sticking with this will help the beginners to safely fall out of your handstand. So keep having fun and keep it playful.